to play D&D stressed?
Oh,
Don't do that.
I'm gonna walk us through theater warm-ups when we have more time.
Which will be never.
Is that where everyone just makes out all the time? 'Cause
Yes,
that was-
that's theater
That's it.
warm-ups.
Truth or dare?
No, I used to like
Rubber baby buggy bumper. What is
do
it?
theater in high
Red
school.
rubber baby
To
buggy
sit in
bumpers.
solemn silence on
Yeah,
a dull,
dark
dark duck
duck.
with the chip
The
on a big
powerlifting
black
theater kid Tyler is the one that I never knew, which is an interesting person to think about.
Theater kid Tyler? Yeah, of course
No,
you didn't know me.
Theater kid and powerlifting Tyler are two that I
You
missed.
did powerlifting?
I did. I was in the lowest weight class at the top of it and killed.
Nice.
Went to state. I intentionally stayed.
Yeah.
There were many weigh-ins where I would weigh in and just be a little bit over and have to go use the restroom and run around in sweats until I lose water weight.
Yep.
Hey!
That's so weird.
But I would bench, I think, about 225 at 114 pounds. So
How much?
Jeez!
I was squatting 300 something. So
That's
yes,
something else.
That's
Well, welcome to episode 83. A little something about the DM you didn't know.
yeah. I used to be strong, and now I am weak and flabby.
Okay, Mario, can we also get a theater kid tidbit? What was your favorite role?
A really, really mean old man who was mean to his wife. It sounds horrible.
What show is this from?
How endearing.
Something of Bet and Boo. It's about sadness.
Sounds right. Of course.
It's about
that's
sadness
your favorite.
and
That
divorce
makes
and,
sense.
hurt people hurting people.
Tyler
It's
can't
great.
just like nice things.
No.
This is
I
where
can't.
I know that I'm
If
like,
it's happy,
oh,
then-
maybe I don't
Except Ted
take
Lasso.
Tyler's
Keep
recommendations
getting
for
sad.
stuff.
Keep getting
Maybe.
sad. Oh, man. Well, hi. Thanks for tuning in to episode 83. We're happy to have you. Before we did jump into tonight's episode, Man Bun Jeremy over here has announcements to make, probably. Hopefully.
We'll see. Rollslayers.com/partners. Hey, here, just start there. I'll
Just
wait.
do it.
Anyways, well, a little bit of an announcement. I drank espresso at like 6 o'clock last night, not 6 a.m., 6 p.m. And so at 1:42, I'm of course doing none other than my budget from my bed on my phone, and I noticed $192 charge.
That is a lot.
Yeah, and I was like, what is that? And it's one of the little features on our website because you guys, thank you very much, have exceeded the website views that I was able to carry on the free version of that little widget that I was using. So I appreciate that. But I did ask them to refund it, and they did. They shall remain nameless, but they were good people. Anyways, so that happened. So thanks you guys for checking out rollslayers.com. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Let me know that we were actually getting some traction there, although I don't keep up with that. Hey, maybe we can get together later. Anyway, on that note, if you want to support us, you could go to patreon.com/rollslayers, and I won't be using it for widgets and things like that, but to more directly improve the quality of our podcast.
Yeah, and Hayden has personally promised to me that he's going to run a Pathfinder 2nd Edition fun little online game for us to put on Patreon. He promised me right now, just now, off camera, obviously.
Yeah,
Let's do
I guess
it.
so. I don't know how to work the game yet. I've been
fine.
trying to
He's
figuring
lying.
it out
He's
throughout.
had
It's
it
been rain.
forever.
It's been rainy this week, so I've been trying to learn something new.
Well, there you go. When it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
True.
It does.
Check out
I
Sirenscape.
don't know how that connects, honestly.
Check out Eldritch Foundry. Get 15% off on many if you use our code RollSlayers. World Anvil, we use it. I use it. They don't use it. They should use it.
WorldAnvil.pxf. WorldAnvil.pxf.io/rollslayers. If you're going to use it, please go via that link.
Yeah.
Also, we have a lot of partners who compose music, like the Critical Role people, Scanlan Short Halt Music, and BeyondSkyrim.org and Sirenscape.com, Celestial Aeon Project. I'm sure we've picked up a couple of other things.
Yeah.
So check those out as well.
Last but not least, follow us on all the socials. Check us out there. Like our posts, comment your little comments, and
It's like way more fun than he makes it sound.
everything is way more fun than I make it sound.
That's true.
I don't make anything sound fun.
That is true.
But regardless, you should check us out on social media.
AKA Elf DMV.
Elf TMV.
Just kidding.
Okay.
It was fun in its own way.
Unless we have anything else, let's play D&D. So, last we left off, the party made their way through the bogs and the cold swamp atmosphere of the Grasping Mire north of Stoheller, and gained a little information from the bargeman about Lucimo. Was given a single name of one of the other compatriots, Barnes, and was attacked by a large amount of green vines. But they came through it, and eventually, after a good 3 days of travel, made it through the Grasping Mire onto a soggy road that quickly firmed as it turned from northeast to north. There, they were greeted with kind of this grassy expanse, the Galfell Mountains rising to the west, and far to the east, cliffs dropping into the ocean, the sound of waves breaking across rock and seagulls in the air. That's where we left off.
So, real quick, Tyler, did you invent green vines?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it for Tyler and green vines.
Hey,
They were so creepy.
Yay.
I hate them.
Yeah.
Good.
they were
Also,
fun.
hate
They're a
that
little
I-
bit of an adaptation of an
Used to-
ability that the corpse flower can do, but yeah.
I do
Cheer
hate
for
that
green
I
vines.
used a dumb spell on them, but whatever.
You also fireballed the heck out of a lot of them. So, yeah.
I know, which I should have just done twice.
Yeah.
They were fun. I liked them.
They
I
were
did
fun.
too.
I was just,
It was very like, oh, there's so many bad guys. And then we killed them all.
Because we're cool.
Yeah.
And awesome.
22 HP.
That's fun.
All right, which way are we going now? Venuthra?
We head to the Goldfell Mountains. To the west.
North,
the north?
and then west.
It's northwest, but eventually we'll go west.
You can see the mountains, like, basically dominating your skyline to the west right now. They just hang in the air for what seems an eternity and end in the horizon.
And we can see the ocean.
You can see it very, like, kind of the reflection of, like, blue,
Okay.
pretty far off where it drops.
So it's like way over there on the
the
right.
light,
It's
yeah.
like not impressive.
It's not, no, you're not, like,
on
cliffside.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
You just, you're kind of in this in-between point where you have boundaries on both sides that are physical that you can see in a sensory, like, way and hear.
Do we have the map pinned on the Discord somewhere?
I have it
Yeah.
here somewhere.
Well,
It's pinned in.
is there a path forward?
I find.
Yeah, there's an established road
Okay.
that you guys are upon.
Let's take this road. until it breaks west towards Zagisnik, but we will not be going to Zagisnik. We must continue on.
Well, if we're passing through, do any of you need to buy warm clothing? Because I recall that was an issue last time we were in the mountains.
Perhaps, but I don't know that Zagisnik is a very quick detour. Is it?
Is that...
I mean, you weren't given any specific place in the mountains to go besides west in the mountains, so you have no idea.
Let's go to Zagisnik. Let's find out where we should go.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, we need to be prepared, because last time was, if we had one more bad day, things might have gotten pretty bitey. Like someone would have gotten eaten by the rest of us.
Do you really think that's what would have happened?
It sounds like he's making a confession that might be what have happened. Is that right, Remy? Are you...
Oh, no, I was saying I saw the way that you all looked at me.
No one looked at you like that.
Okay.
You really think they were going to eat? Where were
time.
y'all? Where you were about to resort to eating each other?
We were in the
We were
mountains.
not about to eat each other. I don't know what he's talking about.
Look,
Bells, I know
Ruby, if
you
you
would
saw
never
the way
eat
that-
nobody, but
You are a juicy piece, but I think I'll
Ruby,
refrain.
if you saw the way they were looking, and it would be a bit more of a possibility, I think.
I'd like to hear the full version of this story sometime while we're walking.
So, you guys set out north. The day, sunny. The bite in the air starting to retract ever so slightly, the chilliness leaving your bones. But still, 50s, 60s degrees. But nothing of interest happens during your day of travel. And as you settle down for the evening, the road starts to meander ever closer towards that coast, and you do get kind of within 10, 15 miles of the coast before you guys feel it would be a good time to settle down and make camp.
Is that because the coast is coming in on us, or because we're going
The
The
toward...
road
road's
kind
meandering.
of here. I'll
Yeah.
show you.
Okay.
Is there any sort
So
of
we
protection or
Here.
rock outcropping or something that we can hunker
shoot
into
over and
for
then the
some
mountains
cover
are-
and rest?
The area around the road is quite sparse, although you do see further west towards the foothills of Galfel's pine trees and
Please get to this part a little bit.
an older forest kind of popping up, but nothing in the area. It's pretty open to the elements.
Have we noticed any animal tracks or people tracks?
Make an investigation check.
Ooh.
10.
10. You notice some ruts in the road. Looks
Okay.
like wagon ruts. Some of them could be fresh. Some of them could be old. There are hoof prints as well, footprints.
Okay.
It seems like caravans do come up and down this road.
But not critter tracks.
No critter tracks from what you can tell.
What are you looking for, Bells?
Oh, just to see if there's any sort of wildlife that we might look out for.
What about other travelers?
Well, yes, there's you can see here, there's quite a few wagon marks and hoof prints and those sorts of things.
I'm not quite as good as these types of things. Are they fresh, recent?
I don't know. Perhaps there's definitely some that have been here for a while, but perhaps some that are fresher. This just looks like any other kind of well-traveled road.
Okay, so we don't know if... Have there been any forks in the road?
No, not since you've been on it.
Okay. So it's basically just one road north. One goes to Zagisnik. You could take it to the left to go to Zagisnik, or you can go to... What's that other one?
The garrison.
Evershield?
Yeah.
Evershield.
Yeah, so up there there's a fork, and then down below there's a kind of a trifecta fork where there's a triangle with one road leading up to Zagsnik, one to Callan Ferris, and then one down to Stoweller through the swamp.
Okay, still. That's what this is, Callan Ferris.
That.
Do we know if there's one that's going to Callan Ferris?
Yeah, it's
on the other
before it splits off before the road to Stoweller.
So we're up here.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if Callan Ferris was a place that Lucimo could have gone.
I mean, it's a possibility if he went the other direction on the road, south instead of north.
From where we got off?
Yeah,
Okay.
but if that's the case, he probably would have just taken the road. It would have been quicker from Stoweller. Just take the road to Callan Ferris.
Ah, okay. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we just keep moving. I was just curious maybe how long we might have been trailing them. How recent it was that they had traveled through here.
I can't really tell from these tracks, honestly.
Okay. No worries.
Is there anything you'd like to do before taking watch for the evening?
We cook some dinner.
Yeah.
Some kind of dinner.
Yeah, regular
Beans.
stuff.
Rations.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing overly tasty, but filling.
We got like herbs and salt now.
We got some. Yeah.
I have a
Do
I
some
have
foraging.
I have like a feat that helps me. Not a feat, no. I got like a proficiency that makes all of our rations good.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that?
I've got proficiency in chef's tools, of course.
Oh, yeah, you do. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
We
Yeah.
never
We
forget.
good now.
The only time that it's not good is when I say I don't have time or no cook fire like last time. So,
Oh, yes.
Ah.
I forgot
You know
about the
what
no
these
cook fire.
you know what these really need is just, everything can be made good with a little extra love and attention. And he commences to like flipping everything in a pan, getting it all crisped up.
Ooh. Yes, I hear color means flavor.
Color means a little bit, yes, and they, put some water in there with some salt, reduce that down, make the beans have a little more flavor in them. Some herb.
Yeah.
Look, having done that, it does do in a pinch to make the beans a little bit better.
I
If
don't
you don't
like
have anything.
As a person.
But Bells does.
It's something
Of
that
course.
I have done if I'm out of other stuff.
These are great.
It's wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad that you are showing us how to do this.
Oh, I'm glad that everyone is, enjoying a meal that isn't eaten on the floor of a raft.
Yes, as am I.
Well, I'm going to turn in. I can take third watch. You usually take third watch, though, Remy.
No, I almost always take first because I truly hate waking up in the morning.
Yeah, I'll take. And I'll defer to you. I'm quite flexible. The half elven blood kind of it gives me a little bit more of a endurance on less sleep, so I don't mind taking second.
You don't need as much sleep as the rest of us.
My elven mother and grandfather, they sleep in trance. They do a trance, and they don't need sleep, as it were. So I found that I can usually go on a little less sleep myself. I don't know if there's any science behind it. I just feel like I don't mind waking up in the middle of the night and taking second shift.
Well, okay
Well,
then.
that is wonderful to hear.
So who's on first watch?
Mm,
Okay.
I'll take second.
All right. Remy, you want to make a perception check for me?
Did you want
Yeah. I guess I'll take third.
Okay.
to? Or do you want me to take third? And you be with
Someone needs to take third watch.
I will.
So,
Well,
I
usually
rolled
we
a
have one
22 on
person
my
take third
perception
watch,
check.
and then we have an extra.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to it. You said 22?
Yes.
It is windy this evening and temperate almost, even though you're only a day from the grasping mire. As you've kind of veered off to the east on this road, the coastal breeze does come in off the ocean and make things a little bit warmer, a little bit more temperate. And there's no disturbance, but during your watch, you do notice something off to the north in the darkness. Just this kind of speck, this glimmer of orange light in the sky.
I would like to take out the map and try to denote where that is.
Sure, make a intelligence check there.
I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
He's going to get the map out and try to do that. And then he's going to go wake up Ruby instead.
Nice.
All right.
Whoa! Hey,
He goes,
hey!
shakes her. Ruby! I was
Is that-
going to try to mark this on the map, but I can't do it. I can't do it. There's something up there.
Oh, what? Oh,
Now
way
you
out
gotta
there?
look real close.
Yeah, I think I see what you're talking about.
Do you take off your belt of dwarven kind and give it to her so she can see?
I don't know. Does that make if it's like
You
a
have
little
to
glimmer in the
attune to
dark?
I'm taking
If
She
it's
it
a
would grow a
glimmer
beard in the.
If it's a glimmer in the dark, I would expect that it's about as easy to see lit or dark. And dark vision for dwarven kind is only like 60 feet.
Once it's
So-
pointed out, Ruby can
Yeah.
pretty much see it.
Okay.
It's minuscule. If you want to make an intelligence check with advantage, since you have proficiency in cartography tools.
Okay.
I'm really sorry to have woken you up for this, but we were told we're going that way, and that's something, right?
15, 18?
Very hard to gauge this at night with no point of reference.
Hmm.
But looking at your map, you'd put it maybe 4 days away from you based on the size. 3, perhaps?
Okay.
Keeping in mind also, Molly, if you want to, you can inspire yourself.
Oh, what does that do?
But you might have
As a-
needed to do that before. I
think it's you can do it after the roll, but before you know the outcome. I think is the barrage.
It's somewhere between 4 and 6 days travel.
Okay.
Can we know where on the we have a heading basically from this?
Yeah,
or-
you could probably insinuate it's somewhere north, if not northeast of Zagsnik.
Is it the whatever? Ember?
It
Thing?
could be the Ember Spike.
Yeah.
It could be.
Does it glow?
You make a history check.
Ooh.
23.
Yeah, it glows.
I love Ruby's history checks.
That's even better. Arcana would have been 27.
Nice.
I think that's just the Ember Spike. It's just northeast of here.
So give me a moment here. That little speck wasn't in the mountains because the mountains are to the
west.
northwest of here.
Correct.
Everything is north of us, and I can't keep track of that.
Get out your little map and it will
do
help.
you have
You know
the
what's
map?
not north of you? Stoheller.
I do know that.
We just done came from there.
I'm really sorry to wake you up for this. I think I'm disoriented.
Stuck here kind of sandwiched between the mountains and the swamp and the ocean. It's kind of, you got to kind of figure things out.
You don't have to make me you can just go back to sleep. I'll just watch out for other things.
Blessedly, the rest of your watch continues undisturbed.
I
But
think
Ruby takes a point of exhaustion.
Belle's gonna wake up with all the wind. That's not something she's accustomed to.
Sure.
I think being close to the ocean and knowing this breeze is coming from the ocean and being outside in the like wilderness again, I would take out my amulet and just kind of like walk a ways, maybe tell Remy like, oh, I'll be right back, and go walk a ways and sit down in the grass or something and just kind of pray and meditate quietly.
Yeah, it's serene.
Can I smell the ocean at all?
Yeah, you can smell like the salt kind of wafting on the air. You can hear kind of this dull roar. You can even, if you want to take the time, you can get to the cliffside. It's probably about 10, 15 miles, but
No, I wouldn't
You
wander
could-
that far from
I
the
didn't know.
road.
I didn't know if you wanted to go that far,
No,
but
I would stay within earshot.
sure. But you definitely can see, or not so much see as sense the ocean out there. It's, you can kind of see like an inky blackness that's somehow darker than the landmass you're under. But this peaceful aura surrounds you, and it's nothing like your home, but it feels kind of like when you would sit and draw and watch on your family's estate, where the wind is equally strange and comforting. But you, as you're praying and meditate, you still feel that mental tug stronger this time from the amulet towards north, a little bit northwest.
Okay. So I'd stay out there, I don't know, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and
Sure.
then like come back and sit back down, and that's it.
Yeah. Having risen from your slumber to kind of just think and meditate while it was the witching hour, you feel content enough to go back to sleep. Second watch, I think that was Vinny. Vinny, go ahead and make a perception check for me if you'd like.
I would like. Okay. 23.
I mean, Remy most likely told you about it, but you pick out the same kind of glimmer to the north, and perceptive as you are of your surroundings, there's not much around you besides the road and just kind of like thick, knotted grass that's about ankle to waist high, depending upon where you are. It's kind of like the grass you would find at the beach, long and clumpy, but nothing of note happens. Your watch comes and goes.
Right.
Who do you wake up, Vinny?
I'll go and wake up Ruby
Okay.
and say, Ruby, I didn't remember if it were you or Bells that was going to take next watch.
I don't know. I don't think we decided, but I can do it. That's fine.
Okay. Is that okay? I can wake her up. We don't.
No.
I don't have to tell her.
Tell her what? No, it's
that
fine.
You wanted to sleep. And
Oh, no,
we'll
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage. You have no dark vision.
Oop. Oh, I reroll that.
Oh.
Natural one.
No!
No.
Yeah. No, there
You rolled
was
two roll-
No.
two
I
rolls.
It's not a natural
was.
one.
It was. I rolled a one and then I re-rolled it, but only one. So it was a.
Do you have a -3?
Huh?
Do you have a -3?
No.
Oh.
She
Never
rolled
mind.
4.
Okay, 4.
Plus, so am I supposed to then I add my
Perception.
perception, which so it was a so I add it to
I
this.
think it's 2 plus 2.
Oh, wait. Which one? Oh, see. Okay, I don't know when I'm supposed to do this and when I'm supposed to do this.
So, A 4 on your perception.
No,
check.
6.
6.
Slightly less bad.
Slightly. It's dark. But you
Ruby's
do.
basically like staring at the sky and like imagining stories. Like she's not really even like trying
Sure.
that hard to watch. She's just like, I mean, I'm awake, but that's like,
It's kind of strange. You're staring at the sky, and there's this, this field full of stars over you, and to the south of you, and to the east of you as well. But the mountains cut it off to the west, and as you look back towards the Ember Spike, not a star in the sky as you get further north from here. But nothing comes of your watch.
is it because it's not because the Ember Spike is like bright and like drowning them out? It's like
It's not light pollution.
weird.
There's
It's mysterious.
there's no stars from what you can see, which draw your own conclusion.
She's making up stories about how they got eaten.
Okay.
The stars got eaten.
Cuckoo.
Is that usually the case? Now let's hang on. Is that like usually how the stars are there?
You know what I usually think when I don't see stars? I usually think, oh, it must be cloudy.
Okay.
If there's not clouds anywhere else.
They got eaten, Jeremy.
Oh, right.
She's just like, well,
They
I'm
got
just here
thrown
by
in the astral
myself.
sea,
All right.
But your watch comes and goes, morning comes, and you guys are able to take a quick breakfast before making your way further along the road. Travel another 2 days with no incidents before on this next third day, the wagon trail starts to grow a little bit deeper, and in the distance you do see a wagon moving north. 2, 3, start to make out people.
2, 3.
A caravan.
Okay.
Looks to be. They're going much slower than you as their wagons carrying, packages and goods.
How many people? Is it mostly packages? Are there a lot of people?
There are a fair amount of people. You probably pick out anywhere from 6 to 10 people.
What kind of people?
As you guys get closer, it appears to be several merchants driving carts. You see mercenaries keeping guard. A couple of looks to be spouses of the merchants and whatnot.
Let me just make something clear to all of you. Who this Lucimo person is to me is none of your business, if that's all right. I prefer to handle this on my own. And I'm not even sure that I want to tell him who I am. And I think that's about all I have to say about that.
Do you think you'll know him when you see him?
I've been thinking about that a lot, actually. But when you grow up without a father, you kind of looking to find your face in every, middle-aged person you meet. And so it's hard to say. I wonder if I'm not going to have some sort of confirmation bias or something like that, where you see what you want to see.
All right, well...
It's hard to say, but thanks for asking.
Oh yeah, I just, I wanna try to... we have maybe some weird interactions coming up, and I wanted to try to kind of plan ahead on some of those if possible for myself.
Sure, I know that all of you mean well, and I would assume that all of you would probably try and, I don't know, do what seems best. but I think I'm going to need this one to breathe a bit. I'm going to need a little bit of space to deal with this in my own way. And I don't even know what that's going to be, to be honest.
Well, you don't have to worry about me getting in your family matters. I'll just, he, like, locks his mouth up. Just keep it all inside.
No, Remy, what would I need from each of you? I just need some friends. If that's all right. Just use some friends.
Of course, baby, we're right here with you. Unless you don't want us with you, and then we're not.
No, I'm not good at these sorts of things, but I think I would like you with me.
But just not two with you.
Well, it's up to you.
We'll stay 5 feet behind you at all times.
So we're close by, but we're not too much in your business.
Right. No, I just listen. My heart goes into my throat every time I see something that looks like what might be their cart or caravan or whatever. And this is probably just a band of regular old merchants. But this is a moment that I have been thinking about all of my life. And I'm not really excited, to be honest, knowing what his reputation is. And I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, thank you for being there for me.
We'll just follow your lead. You don't have to worry about any of us.
No, thank you. I just had to say it because... Anyway. And let's keep going. Hello there, strangers!
You see one of the cart drivers turn around, and you see all the mercenaries kind of half draw their weapons and look around.
No, I just wanted to make you aware, we're here with you. We'll probably be passing up on your left here a little bit. I didn't want to draw too much.
Hello there! Hey! You can pass on through.
Oh, thank you. Where are you headed?
Oh, towards Valamir.
Valamir. I'm sorry. Where is that?
North end of the continent.
Okay, so going past the mountains?
Yeah, up north and then around them. Yeah, they can't go through them, unfortunately. Makes it tricky to trade.
Oh, right. So, stopping a couple of places along the way?
Sure, stopping through Zagisnik, but they don't really buy our wares too much. They're more of an exporting town, not an importing one.
Okay, well, hopefully you catch some good rest there, huh?
Sure. The timberman's hall is pretty great, but Valamir's better.
You coming from Stowheller?
No, Callan Ferris.
Okay, excellent.
Selling metals and ores and whatnot.
Oh, okay, awesome. These are my friends. They can introduce themselves if they'd like.
Howdy, pleasure to meet you.
Hi there, I'm Ruby.
Nice to meet you. Gillen's the name.
Gillen, and I'm Vinny. What do you sell again? I'm sure all
ores,
manner of
metals,
things.
mithril. If you can afford it, platinum, gold, various pieces of iron, copper.
Oh, so you sell to blacksmiths and the like?
Well, that and more bulk to merchants and distributors and stuff. Valamir's kind of a way stop towards Erangel, similar to Stowheller, except doesn't have a port.
Interesting. I suppose it keeps you busy.
Oh yes, I run caravans up and down the coasts 6 to 10 months of the year.
That's busy.
Yeah. I take logs from Zagsnik, various goods from Stowheller, Callan Ferris. Resupply runs to Evershield. But, yeah.
You don't happen to have any armor. You just have raw materials.
No armor, Missy. Just, chunks of rock. Undistilled.
Just thought I'd check.
No, not a worry.
I feel like maybe I need to level myself up a little bit in that department.
Where are you headed? You could find a good smith in Stowheller if I guess you're headed north.
Right, we're going to Zagsnik.
Oh, not many armor salesmen there. You could try someone at the Huntsman's Guild.
Well, why do people go to Zagsnik?
Oh, it's a timberman's village. A lot of people are loggers there or hunters.
Oh, okay. It's good to know.
Most of the wood used for building comes from Zagsnik in one way or another.
Well, we're just gonna keep moseying. We got a bit of an urgent errand we're on. So it was good to meet you. It's always nice to meet a new face.
Not a problem. Perhaps I'll see you in Zagsnik if you're not too fast.
Yes. We'll catch you on the way back.
Well, have a good one. Travel safe.
Yep. Happy trails.
You guys continue on your way, passing the other merchant carts. They are kind of filled to the brim with these large crates of various ores and metals. Some of them purified, but most of them just chunks of rock. Hard to discern what is what.
Through this whole exchange, Belle's just is as still as possible and really wide-eyed, trying to not do anything wrong that's gonna make Vinny mad.
Also, Vinny, as we're passing that, he would elbow gently Bells, and he'd say, "That look familiar?"
To what?
He was pointing to the ores and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What do you
Remember
mean?
all those 2 potatoes of titanium that you
Yes.
collected?
Yes.
I was just thinking back on that.
Oh, yes, I did collect quite a few of those.
Yep.
And I did get to sell all of that.
I'm sorry, so what did you say?
I got to sell all of that.
Oh, right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, let's go.
Big gulps, huh?
You guys
Just trying really hard not to make Vinny mad.
No, did you say that out loud?
No.
Bells, I realized that I came off a little bit harsh. I'm supposed to be good with words, and this situation is really close to my heart, and I just want to know that it means a lot to me that you're here for it. And it's okay. I wasn't trying to say that you can't talk to my dad or something.
Oh, I just want to be respectful and honor what you asked of us.
Well, I just mean if we do meet him. I think sometimes people meaning well are like, "Oh, this is your long lost son," and I'm just not sure that I want to be introduced. And I think that when I'm ready, I want to introduce myself. That's all I meant. I wasn't trying to say that you can't talk to the passers-by. It's complicated.
Yes, I'll try not to be loose-lipped. She's anxiously, kind of just massaging her hands and just trying to be proper.
Remy prods at her thigh as this continues on. Did he say that we could or couldn't talk to the people that we pass?
I would prod his ribs harder and just look at him.
He looks up, just shrugging.
And then I just kind of like give him the like this thing of like just with my like stop talking hand to the neck, like shut up, Remy.
It's okay.
Very
Remy.
awkward, very like over the top.
It's
Just
okay,
goes-
Remy.
He puts his finger over his mouth, gives a thumbs up.
And I just kind of nod. Like,
Knock it
thank
off,
you.
you two. It's fine. You can speak to the people. I just don't want to be the. I want to introduce myself to Lucimo if there's an opportunity. I want to be the one who does it. You can talk to whoever you like. Sorry, I wasn't more clear.
Well, it worked out pretty well for me. I don't feel like I like to talk to very many people.
Well, there you go. Solved itself, didn't it?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm getting really uncomfortable. Can we just move on and pretend like I never said anything?
That's the usual.
Good grief. Is there any hope for this party? Good grief. Oh
As
my
you
gosh.
guys,
Okay, keep in mind, Vinny asked Bells not to speak up, to be extra quiet. So what you expect?
So, anyway, that's why he said something. Anyway, okay.
as you guys lapse from the topic of Vinny's parentage and whether or not you should converse with it, if presented the opportunity, you continue traveling along the road for the better part of a day. And as you guys have been traveling, the weather has started to grow higher, a little bit more humid, closer to like 70, 75, kind of not heavy air, but like, you know how like when air has, you know, a little bit more water, a little more humidity to it, it's got kind of a bit more weight.
In California.
Yeah. That kind of sets in, and the glow of the ember spike has started to grow from speck to wider, and to where by the end of the day, as you guys get to indeed a fork in the road, before you is this kind of what looks like almost an upside down obelisk of brilliant orange light that kind of pulses through cracks, just towering into the sky.
So the whole thing's glowing a little bit?
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of like this cracked piece of rock,
Uh-huh.
maybe four-sided, like an upside down obelisk.
Yeah.
That through the cracks there's this kind of orange glow.
Are the
That
cracks,
pervades it.
are they geometric and intentional, or do they look like the result of wear and just like rock breaking down?
It looks like an impact kind of fracture, not necessarily an intricate and deliberate
It's not like alien runes or something.
No,
like
it's
that.
more like this thing kind of like splintered and shattered as it supposedly hit Eltheris.
Very cool.
The tower's about, 120 feet in the air, from what you can tell.
So is it in the middle of this flat thing on the map?
Yeah, you had a really good history check on this a while
Yeah.
back to kind of get some information about this. Yeah, from what you can tell, histories are kind of conflicting, but when this thing struck, there's a large crater that's spread out.
So it's in the
spread around it.
middle of the crater?
Yes.
Okay.
From what you can tell. And then, as you know, Evershield Garrison was built around it to keep things in. You're not exactly sure what, but people don't go into the crater and come back, from
Oh.
what you've been told.
Well, okay.
Yeah. The crater is officially named the Fields of Abhorrence, just so you know. But, yeah. So, in theory, the Ember Spike hit Eltheris, big crater, rest of the planet turns into lava and, blah, 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 except for the 3 cities that survived. That's kind of the long and short of it.
Right. And we don't know what's in there that people don't come back from.
Not to your knowledge.
Same thing that's been eating the stars.
As you do look up, I'm just kidding.
The stars have been eaten.
There are clouds that have started to gather in a low hanging kind of haze over a lot of the region to the north of you. As you see, forests now spreading down from the west slope or the eastern slopes of the Gulf Hills down into this kind of not valley, but like divot in the earth between the high cliffs and the mountains themselves. But the road does split. One going east, one going west. I assume you guys are headed west.
West.
Mm-hmm.
But you can travel along the road for just a bit longer, perhaps an hour or two before the light kind of dims. You get a little bit of extra time with the light because there are not giant mountains blocking the sun, which is nice, but you do settle down for the evening. And by your estimation, it's probably like another 3 days up to Zagisnik.
Smart.
Ember Spike is so much bigger than I thought it would be.
Yes, I was not expecting something that large.
I mean, it supposedly turned most of the planet into lava, so it's
Right,
pretty.
but that's all myth. Like, you don't really, I don't know, I thought it would be more like, like a tower, just kind of almost commemorative. I didn't think it would be this kind of living thing.
I honestly don't know that much about it. It turned the entire planet to lava.
Except for the 3 cities that survived, which were...
That was Innslorenor, Urungal, and a lost dwarven city called Bonhagborum.
It was those.
Yes, I think I'd heard that. But again, yes, I didn't think it was real or history. That's something that the
History can
cities say
take-
to...
A lot of forms. Some people say it's myth, some people think it's fact.
It is quite large.
And a quick addendum to that, I did say the wrong height. I said 120 feet.
I was like, that's
way
not very
shorter.
tall.
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
meant
say,
I meant
okay.
1,200.
I figured
I
we're
was-
this
I was-
far away from it on the map, and we can see it. So
Yeah,
I think
it's about
I just kind
1,200
of was
feet tall.
reading
that makes
like,
more sense.
I was thinking it was kind of like, maybe we're actually pretty close to it right now.
Okay, like we're that far away from it, and we're that far away from Zagisnik, and we can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's a lot smaller than well, I don't know. After seeing it in person, I'm inclined to believe some of those myths a bit more. I'll say that much.
That's the thing. Your stories are always evolving based on what you've seen.
I'm gonna remember that. That's a pretty good one to keep around, keep in the back pocket.
Yeah, I don't know what if I think all that's true or not, or there's just 100,000 versions that have been told down through the times, and we're just gleaning them all as we go. But I will tell you, that thing makes me feel weird on my insides.
Maybe we ought not to go see it up close after this, because I get that same sensation.
I mean, I heard people, you can't go down in the crater. Nobody goes on the other side of the garrison and makes it back out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I don't really know. I haven't heard enough detail because people don't come back. There's not like eyewitness details, and so I couldn't tell you for fact what it is, but
That's not just something people say to keep other people away from it.
could be. Where did I hear that?
Probably somewhere at the anecdotal annex.
Yeah.
You did a lot of reading up on various historical places.
I mean, it's in lots of accounts, but they're all kind of vague.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you
like,
think is most likely?
I mean, I have a lot of theories that I made up because I just like to come up with fun stories sometimes, even though they're not real. So, maybe it's still lava in there, or there's some kind of flame monsters like primordials still, like, they seep out of the tower at night, or maybe it's just like a bottomless darkness void and you just slip into nothingness. I don't know.
Bells is very disconcerted. And is now imagining all of that is real. And we're close to it.
Oh, that's just things I thought of just because I like to come up with stories. I really don't know what it is.
Be careful what you put in our head.
But from what we can tell, the garrison does do its job of keeping whatever in and pretty much everything else out.
There's something in there.
Well, the spike. I'm assuming that they built this garrison all the way around it for a reason, and it seems to be doing its job, because it's not like we're hearing of, there's Zagisnik's, pretty close enough, and, there's this road right here. I don't think this well-traveled merchant road would be as well-traveled as it is if it was causing problems of, evil seeping out of it or something.
Well, we could stop by when we come back.
Yeah, maybe. If we're in the mood.
See, now this is more akin to a ghost story. I think that this one was a lot more compelling than the last time we tried that. Because I'm pretty shivered right now.
You two remember as well that supposedly this garrison is maintained by a group called the Order of the Watch, whose leader you did meet at a state dinner.
Oh, yeah.
I do not remember that. What?
Galdrin Snowhammer, the
Yeah.
dwarven.
Okay.
Well, I would know that about Galdrin Snowhammer, of course.
Yeah, of course he would.
My
Of course he
personal
would.
hero.
Yes.
But you don't know that this place is maintained by the Order of the Watch.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Well, I know, Remy, you say that you don't want to go, but there's a chance if we do go that you'll meet Galdrin Snowhammer.
Is this like how
Where's
you
that
said that you
fella?
met? No, is this like how you said that you met him before? Because there's no way that was true either.
Yes,
No,
at
we
that
did. We met him.
dinner.
Yeah.
You sat next to
That's
him, did you not?
ridiculous.
I did. Yeah, he was there.
He's a hero of legend. He doesn't just no offense, but we're pretty
I mean,
we're pretty low on the totem pole right now.
I don't know
He's just
if
a
you
man,
know,
isn't he?
but there's not a lot of people that I haven't met at this point.
Venuthra.
We met the Kitagora. We have met the leader of the Alanko, whatever, the Recession Rebellion,
Lowlands.
Alanko Rebellion. What did they call it?
Kingdom of Alanko.
The Kingdom of Alanko. We met the king of a Kingdom of Alanko.
He's
We
not
met
really a king.
the leader of the Ruby Throne. We did? No. We read the
Kif Palfellow is like a field handler.
we met a lot of people. And
Well,
we know Toplo Lul. We know what's that fella's name? Bwakna Pula of the
Quintessence.
Quintessence Pursuant. I'm
Venuthra,
this person.
Lots of names.
I don't
Vinny knows
think
all these people by
Yeah.
like he's rattling
you
it
can name
off.
drop all you like, but none of those names are Galdrin Snowhammer.
We did
I'll-
meet him. He's just a regular dwarven man.
Let's
I'll
put it
tell
this
you,
way.
Remy, this one could tell
Yes.
you a story. This one, sweet precious Bells, I don't think she could lie to you about this. If she's saying that they met, then they did.
We've already told you this, Remington.
Let me just put
I
it
know,
this way.
but that
Let me-
doesn't mean look. You can tell me. It's not as though you could have been mistaken.
You sat next
but-
to him. He was quite gregarious.
right.
Okay,
and-
name one thing about Galdrin Snowhammer. Name one. What did he look like?
Well,
He was short and
Now, let me just tell you this. Let me tell you something about Goldrin Snowhammer. On this order of procession, you had the head of the table, a few other folks, Goldrin Snowhammer, then me. What does that tell you about me?
Are you taking this personally?
No, I'm just saying, I sat next to Goldrin Snowhammer. If these things are done in order of honor, I am just a little bit below Goldrin Snowhammer himself.
That's frankly absurd.
it is.
But-
You're correct.
Look,
Tell
But
me
it
to
is-
tell how these things work.
Well, what were the
And yet you
circumstances
have
in
not
which you
answered
were
my
at
one
this
question.
state dinner?
You can
what
describe
is
what he
what
looks
is
like.
he even?
Yeah, I would describe what he looks
Yeah,
like.
he describes an accurate rendition of what Galdrin would look like. Black hair, green eyes, big bushy
Remy
beard with
has
lots
his
of
Goldrin
rings.
Snowhammer playing card out. And he's
Yeah, he
checking
does.
work.
Does he
matching
have a
your playing
snowy
card.
hammer?
Even his plain armor, which he's renowned for, just unornamented, not even burnished steel, and then yes, across his shoulder, the bright white hammer, head shaped like the image of a snarling bear.
Oh, cool.
So I'll save us all some time that I did roll a nat 20 plus 8 on my insight check like 10 minutes ago to know if y'all are lying.
Well,
We're not.
We're not.
Then he goes into this description.
So you weren't kidding. You actually did meet him.
Why would we joke about that? That's not that exciting.
Why
Now you've got him.
Why is he such a hero or such a figure of import to you, Remy?
Right, exactly.
He's a hero for all people. Are you seriously? None of you have heard any of the stories. You don't. Well,
I mean,
okay. I know that
I
I'm
definitely do, but I want to know why he's important to you.
because he's the greatest hero alive.
Is he though?
Yes, of course he is. He takes out his array of trading cards,
Oh my
which
goodness.
I do have in my items. Thank you.
Yeah, he pulls out these kind of thick,
Oh my goodness.
you know, how thick kind of pieces of wood are made by laminating them together, and then beautifully illustrated on them are some cards.
Oh, Remy,
Who's on the
those
cards?
are beautiful.
I want to know who's on the cards
We
though.
have Galdrin versus the Fire Giants. Not all of these are maybe real things that happened.
Like we've
I don't
said,
know for
stories
sure.
can be
we
good
have
no matter
Galdrin
what.
and- what's that?
So it can be a good story whether it's true or not.
We've seen fire giants. Those are real.
That's true. We have Galdrin and friends rappelling into the Graven Canyon.
Okay.
We've done that before.
Yes, we have.
Okay, well, if we've come this far, then you can see the most prized one of all. And he pulls out a card, and it's just a picture of soup with like a ladle sticking out, and it says Galdrin's Hearty Stew.
Okay.
But stew is like the W is kind of missing the other half, so it says Stev.
What does that?
So this is
Does this do something
Sorry.
special?
no, this one in particular. This is a misprint of the Galdrin's Hearty Stew, which is generally a pretty common card. But this one in particular, there's only 3 out there, and I have one of them.
Oh, wow, Remy, that's really cool.
Is it a recipe?
No, it's a trading card.
You
Of
know just
stew.
how to press Remy's buttons, and you're not even doing it on purpose.
I don't. I'm sorry. Why is there a stew card?
Well, it's not all of the cards are going to be winners. Like you can only have so many Galdrin and Friends adventure cards. There's going to be a couple little filler ones in there. Ordinarily, this one wouldn't be that special, but as you can see, he points at the W again. It's Galdrin's Hearty Stev.
Bells would try really hard to look really impressed and do a really bad job trying to look impressed.
Well, it's not for everybody, and he shuffles it back into the deck.
Where did you get those, Remy?
This is not believable for you either, is it?
Me?
Oh, I picked them up. Yeah. Well, okay. If you don't have to humor me, but
No,
if you
I
do
love
want,
it.
Okay, well, I pick them up whenever I get into a city large enough to have kind of curios. You can usually find a few. I pick through the decks and try to find some of the less common
So
cards.
you've been collecting a long time.
More or less.
All right.
And this is a game that you play.
No,
Or just to have them.
just to have, like this one. I have some other things too. I've got this. Here's a replica of the Galdrin Snowhammer's official snow hammer.
It's like when people collect Berriman's momentary stamps.
Yeah, except for much cooler.
Or, like ancient coins or something like that.
Yes, a collection.
Bingo.
Yes. Look, I travel around a lot, and I've been doing this for a long time. You gotta have some things that you stick to.
Do people typically like Galdrin? Do other people think he's a hero?
I would say most people do.
Well, he was sitting next to us at that table, and we're heroes. Stands
In
to reason.
varying degree. Why were you sitting at a table with Galdrin Snowhammer? I've been writing that part off for so long.
Why? Let me just ask I'm going to answer your question with a question. At which point do you realize that we are highly capable beings?
It's not a capability thing. It's more of, 2 days ago we were in a sewer fishing around for remains of the local bomb.
And we
You know?
did what after that?
We got on a boat with a man with one tooth, and he took us through a swamp.
Are you in a dream? Where were you when we slayed the Hydra?
No, it's very cool. It's not a capability thing. Like I said, it's more of like a station thing, Like part
None
of what
of
I
us
enjoy
have
about
trading cards of ourselves.
Right.
Yet.
There's no Vinny
Right.
the Peace trading card yet. Now I could make it happen if I could draw.
You could make collectible little coins with your face on them, and then people would collect the coin. Oh, do you have the Vinny's piece that looks like this? Oh, like I have the
That's not a
one
bad
with
idea.
I know
Well, I'm
with the
after,
Hydra on it, and then your face on the other side, and you have collectible coins with
I will-
your adventures on them.
I mean, I can do the wood pot. I can do the
too
wood
bad we
pot.
just-
If you can, as a cartographer, you probably have a half decent penmanship.
I can
Can
write
illustrate?
nice letters. Yeah, you would be surprised. The things I can create with my mind are very different from the things I can create with my hands. I think if you were interested in portraiture or creatures, Bales would probably
Oh,
be
that's right.
much more equipped.
You draw. This is perfect. I'll craft the cards. You do the calligraphy, and then you can draw our artwork, our portraiture, and we'll drop these off at different towns, and we'll begin our own little.
Oh.
I don't know.
I think first we might need to, have like something, have like an epic quest for which we would gain the notoriety. Because
We have done those things. We just need to tell our story.
It's
The
it's
Guild
a
of
cool-
Good. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's a very cool idea. I think for one, yes, we got to do it. It's now granted they won't be published, by a formal pub. Like you can see that these are all official sorcerers of the shore.
Oh my gosh.
Sorcerers of the shore trading cards. And maybe they would publish ours. You'd have to get a little bit more not reputable. You gotta get a little bit more renowned.
a little more traction.
Yeah.
I think what we're saying, though, is that we do not yet have the renown or traction to have trading cards or coins of ourselves that people seek
Well,
after. And
see,
that
now,
is why it might be surprising that you would be elbow to elbow with someone who does.
Right.
Right.
That's the point I was trying. It's not to say that we're not capable or elegant or talented as much as it is we're not at that level yet. We're not at the sorcerers of the shore level yet.
I think it's all in how we tell the story. So from here on out, we'll start making these cards. The first can be the Guild of Goodwill and the Slays the Hydra. That'll
That
be the
seems
first.
like a good starting point.
And then we can do the Guild of Goodwill liberates the slaves. And then we can do...
Bells, I feel like as you might want to weigh in some if you'd like. I don't know. You have a very stressed look on your face by this.
The Guild of Goodwill escapes Cube World.
Oh, 1 second, we'll come back to that.
Right.
I don't. What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. No one likes getting roped in because they can do something, you know? If you don't feel like doing that, that's okay.
Feel like doing what? Like drawing some pictures?
Yeah, you know, if you want that to kind of be, you know, your thing, you don't have to share it with the world if you don't want.
We could
No, I
seek
don't
out the children.
care. Seek out the children.
We could seek out children in the different places that we go, and we could give them to them.
For what?
Well, what did children grow into?
To start the traction.
What did this child grow into?
He's not
You
a
look
child.
at a weird halfling.
Right. But he was, and as a child, he loved Galdrin Snowhammer. And as an adult, Galdrin Snowhammer is amazing. So we start
Look.
them early.
You can hold those beliefs as a child, and it can still be objectively true as an adult.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Okay.
I'm not trying to pull the wool over some children's eyes. We have done these things. They are not lies.
Look,
We just need something to inspire some camaraderie and some confidence.
Well,
you know?
look, I can say even from the perspective of being one of those children, it can inspire a lot of things. You know, it can make you wanna live up to something a little bit.
Yeah. And so you have. And you, Bells, and you, Ruby, are magnificent heroes. I think we've got something.
Bells is just like nodding her head, but not convinced on her face. Like, yeah, good idea. We should do that.
Ruby's like so into it, like, oh yeah. She's like thinking of all the things.
And as you guys ponder trading cards of yourselves, their production, their distribution to children,
Yes, to inspire the children.
as you get ready for your night's watches, that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
What?
What? No! Keep going!
Next time.
What?
We'll make the next one a big boy.
This episode is going to be called Blabber.
Walking.
Walking.
Oh, walking.
After midnight.